Hello and welcome to the Adventure Archive. My name is Ryan, and I'll be your dungeon master this evening as we continue our adventures in the Dark Kingdoms. With me, as always, we have Sam as Cordelia Belmont, the Dampier Sword Dancer Fighter, Matt as Victor the Calder, the Human Death Cleric, Jess as Dariana Bloodright, the elf-marked Seraphage Sorceress, still haven't fixed that, Jason as Cutter the Faceless, the Darkul Rogue Duelist, Andy as Beatum Davelbreen, the Gnome Divination Wizard, and Eric as Sylvester, the Dampier Warlock with his imp familiar Annie. The Dark Kingdoms takes place in the Midgard setting, which is published by Kobold Press, so you may notice some differences in some of the races, classes, features, and whatnot. Also, please be aware, this is an evil campaign containing evil-aligned characters in a dark fantasy setting, and as such may not be suitable for some audiences. Graphic descriptions of gore, murder, mutilation, and torture are fairly common. And I was not sure if all of our emotes had approved, because I did not check my email today, but it does look like our Bless and Bane emotes are in there. The new Hype emote is in there, and I think we have the Raid emote too. So between Jason and Sam, we have a whole new batch of emotes, all done by both of them. So they're wonderful, and thank you guys for that. And yeah, so could we also just create a quick Sursa in chat? Man, we should just switch to emote only chat for a while and just let people do all of that stuff for a bit. But oh man, fucking thank you, Andy, for your contributions. I forgot to bring stream elements up, so give me 1 second. Jason and Sam both just got a bless. Can we get some blesses in the chat then?
All right. Like Sam needs more. Sam, definitely
she doesn't
need
have
more.
enough.
Sam has twice as many as I do.
I mean,
Jason, if you can have it if you want.
Nah,
I just have so many.
Oh, they gifted those to you.
You could really use another bless, Jason. So maybe you can take one of mine. No, Andy gave me that bless, and I will cherish it.
Yeah.
Until I use it on something.
Non-transferable, I said.
Oh.
Good.
That's fair.
Nice.
So, who am I on right now? I believe this is Jason.
The Blessed Bane ones, they turned out really good. The one I did for Bless, I was just like, I guess this is what we could do. And then you were like, hey, let me spend like 20 minutes and like, here's 2 mock-ups. And I was like, oh, okay.
I thought like, I was like, I don't know, it just hit me like, hey, we get a D4. Like,
yeah, no, I like yours way better than mine.
Well, because you gave me the idea from the hype one you made.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, we should keep them consistent if we can, and it just happened to work out. And I remembered the other D4 emote, and it seemed to work out and fit the space well.
Yeah.
My original one was like #bless with like a halo on it, and it just I couldn't get it to be in the square shape, and it just was like.
Well, I really love #bless. Why am I so right now? Jesus. I really love the #bless one. But I think just the words, it ends up being a little long, and I think the halo, I think it looked really good, but I think like the D4s really.
The D4s both look really good.
Funny story, when I first saw it, I was like, why is it a pyramid? And then my dumbass was like, because the bless is a D4, that's what you roll. That's how D&D works. I feel like we got some more stuff real quick.
To me, if I can share my favorite written word.
What is your favorite word to write down?
Oh man.
Wait, I'm missing some stuff. I think, okay, so there's Andy's, and then I think, did I see Saul do some blesses? Is that what it was? Yeah, Saul, he can share his favorite written. Oh, okay. Well then, yeah, as soon as you do that.
Ooh.
My favorite written word? Oh my god. It's got to be a swear word, right?
Yeah. I mean, that's where my mind
is. Is he asking you to
there
say
it is, right there.
What's funny is that's gonna pop up in chat before they hear you say it, so all of a sudden it's just like
it looks like I'm just
and here's my DM love. Andy, is that, I don't remember what our channel points are worth. Is that
well, you get 500 bits worth of stuff you can spend it on. Don't spend it all in one place.
I shared mine.
Well,
thank you everybody.
Considering
I don't know. I've always loved
Banes.
that word.
I was gonna say the only option I have is Banes. So thank you so much, Andy, for the biddies. We really appreciate that. Can we get some Banes in chat, please?
The Banes.
For the DM, some Banes for the DM. I gotta use those on you guys.
Mine's marshmallow.
Your favorite word is marshmallow?
Well, no, to like write, I don't know. Just like a fun.
I get it. Well, it's like somersault.
Yeah, sommersault's just like a fun word.
Yeah. Cellar door, if we want to be pretentious douchebags. Also, I can't stand Drew Barrymore. She's the actress I dislike the second most.
Who's the most?
I'll probably just keep that to myself. I'll DM that to you in the Discord. I'm not just gonna start bashing famous people for no reason. One of my favorite people, though, Sursa Victory. Can we get some Sursas in chat? Can someone drop that exclamation point?
Jordan did earlier.
Well, we'll do it again, and then
I just want to acknowledge Jordan's contribution as well.
Yeah.
I don't know why I put some fish in there.
I sub way too many people. I wish that that Twitch organized all the sub emotes I have in any recognizable way.
Oh my god, it's ridiculous.
At least put it alphabetical.
I also don't understand how the Adventure Archive has the Sursa emotes because it's a melee emote and I'm not subbed to me. Maybe I got a gift sub to myself. I did. I think Andy dropped a bunch of gift subs and the Adventure Archive has a gift sub to me. So there's the Sursa emotes in chat. So that raid emote too is so good. It fills the space so well. All right, so emotes, they're great.
It also kind of looks like rad, and there's just like a sword in it.
Yeah, swords are pretty.
I like to think that it's actually just rad when there's a sword.
Rad sword.
That's my canon.
That works. That works for you. Well, it is a rad raid. Oh my gosh! Okay, wait a minute. So Jordan, can we get a Jordan in the chat as well, please?
Thank you, Jordan.
Oh, and my bot on my other stream. Thank you, Steph.
Thank you
for gifting my bot
Also, Eric, are you just like giving your kids money to give you blesses?
There it is.
Of course.
Yeah.
Here's $10. Go drop it on Dad's stream.
Right. So
No. Nobody else is. So hey.
Oh no.
I'm just kidding.
Can I give Eric stuff?
No,
you can't use channel points on your own thing.
You know what I
can
use
private
it
channels.
on? Oh, we already did our our community challenge.
Oh shit! I need to do a new community challenge.
There's a new community challenge.
And then
I thought it was the DM. We already did that one.
Okay, so we're doing the character swap one shot. If you do the exclamation point challenge, it'll still be the same thing. But the next one we talked about Jess running a one shot. And Sursa messaged me and said, "Hey, if she needs some help, just let her know." And I was like, "I will. I'll let her know."
Awesome.
So
Thank
again,
you.
I don't know if you want to
give my daughter some money really quick.
Yeah.
See, we got you.
Do not turn your Zoom off.
No, I was fixing to give one to Jess, but it's not. It's to Sylvester. That's what it is. It's Eric. I don't know if you want to just do a pre-written one or just write, like I said, a giant one of nothing but dad jokes, just a series of encounters that are just dad jokes, but we can figure that out. So that will be, let me actually just do a goddamn post-it note, because that's how the only way that my brain works is I need to add the community challenge.
This is the long con, just to get Eric's kids more money.
Right.
Yes,
Thank you, Adventure
challenge.
Archive.
Post-it note. He did it. $20
That's
too.
so cute.
Nice. We'll just bump up the prices on all the blesses for like a session, and they'll be like, "Hey, wait, I need, give me more."
The finder fee.
Okay, so let me put that out of the way. Let's D&D. Let's do some D&D.
Woo.
So
D&D.
who would like to discuss what happened on the last session of the Dark Kingdoms?
Last time on Dark Kingdoms. Actually, the two last times. The party emerged from the Fey Roads to discover essentially that the Duke and his men and some Perennialian paladins had been ambushed by ghouls from the Ghoul Imperium. When they realized we were there, they rode out on their horses with lances couched, only for us to put up magical barriers and whoop their asses. Afterwards, we burned their bodies and cut off their heads and did all of our usual evil stuff. Then we found a stable boy who was a ghost knight toady, who we didn't get much information from. We found out that Bob, the ghoul, took the Duke and rode off with him towards the Slasberg?
The Fresno of Midgard.
The Fresno of Midgard.
That is what it was.
That we would have to go there after them. We also found 2 incapacitated Paranalian paladins who told us that their sisters had been abducted by the ghouls as well. And we decided that the enemy of my enemy is my friend, and we are working with them for now until we decide to murder them most heinously. Then we almost beated up a tower. Fortunately, Cutter climbed up the wall, went down inside, and we found a magic chest with some potions and a rapier in it.
Hidden in plain sight.
Hidden
right
in
there.
Plain sight.
That chest was hidden in plain sight.
Cutter couldn't quite see. Maybe there was too much light coming in.
There's too much light.
That's what it is.
Just to clarify, I think from day one, you guys have been calling these Paranalian paladins. They're definitely warriors of Paranalia.
Spear sisters.
They're spear sisters.
Spear sisters.
But whether they are paladins or not is not yet determined.
Well, let me give you a great transition here, Ryan. Will the party save Duke Abgast? Will they kill these spear sisters most heinously? Will they trip over themselves and waste a ton of time? We'll see. This episode of Dark Kingdoms.
Saoirse's killing it. Oh my god.
Brittany and Jamie.
Can I ask a question, like at a game? When's the last time we talked to Lucan?
Ooh, there we go.
We got some more goods.
Evil Andy was. I mean, he's not quite L2, but that was up there.
No, definitely not L2. Mm-hmm.
2 each for Victor, Dariana, Cutter, and Sylvester. All right.
Dang.
So that's everyone but Sam.
Thank you.
The Ghoul Imperium thanks
Andy,
you.
best mod ever. Can we get an Andy in the chat, please? Fuck, I think we're hitting double digits, and I have to make some adjustments. You son of a bitch.
Do you guys know the last time we reported into Lucan?
Ha.
Also, why?
It has not been that long.
This would probably be an in-character question as well. Why do we need to save the Duke?
To keep his blood.
We have to break up the mermaid wedding.
To keep his blood from being used to cement Morena and Bardasane together in unholy union.
Well, doesn't his blood? Isn't there a ritual too for his blood for the Ghoul Imperium? It gives them a boon of some sort.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, because they're like discontent, and Lucan's pissed.
Basically, we need to make sure that we kill him and take his blood, and no one else does.
But I want it.
Brian's hungry.
I wonder what would happen if we just
Brian ate somebody though, right?
Yeah, he had like a Capri Sun of person.
Yeah.
Yeah, he did, but he can keep getting bigger, I think.
I think you had a whole person. Oh, you ate after Cordelia and Victor killed that kid.
The
you
dude,
ate the whole kid. Yeah.
That guy.
I didn't kill the kid. Victor killed the kid.
I'm sorry, you bit the kid and then told him to kill him.
Okay.
All I know is that he died with a weird boner.
He did, in fact, die with a weird boner. Because Sam came over like
to the
Cordelia. Cordelia came over all sexy and like sucked on his neck, and he was like,
okay, well, first
like
I asked him like a bunch of questions first. I didn't.
She had the hair going.
Yeah.
Like everything.
I have my hair up today.
Who all got it? Is it everybody but Sam? I saw
everybody
4.
but me and Andy.
Yeah,
Andy, I was gonna say Andy didn't get. Andy
and then L2 gave another one to Jess.
Oh my Jesus!
Even it out.
There we go.
Thank you.
I should have just left Andy doing this stuff. Usually we don't. Other Andy. Andy, the best mod ever. Did someone drop an Andy in chat?
I did.
All right. He dropped an updated stream schedule recently. It's just, and then one more for Jess. So she's got 12.
Weird boner.
Yeah.
Someone drop it. Did someone roll for weird boner?
Oh, he's dead now.
She got a quote. All I know is that he died with a weird boner.
Thank you, Jordan.
Solid.
Earmuffs, kids.
You've never said that at a funeral, right? Too dark?
No, but now that's my life's goal.
Is to say he died with a weird boner at a funeral? That's fantastic. You can say it at
All
mine.
I know is he died with a weird boner.
Ryan.
And you just leave, and people are like, "Who was that?"
Good point, Saul. Good point.
Oh, Saul.
All right, I think that's everything. I know. Did Jess have 11, and then I forgot to add one more?
No, she has 12 now.
She has 12. Okay,
Oh,
all right.
dang.
Before we started, Ryan was talking about how like little we get done in a session, and it's been
Yeah, it's
23
only
minutes.
been 24 minutes. We did the recap at least, so good job, everyone. Okay,
Good
so,
job, Andy.
You're welcome.
So, as I also hate listening to myself because
We do
I
too.
DM in a phone voice. All right, so mute you. And I don't like this, and this is how I sound. So I'm gonna talk like this. So as we continue, I think basically you had found all of that stuff in the tower, and then we pretty much called it. So
Took a long rest. We took a long rest. We finished up with a long rest.
So is that what we're saying? Everybody took a
Yes.
long rest. So you guys are all level 11. You guys are all wrapping up a long rest. So
Thank
the
goodness.
night, oh look at those Nigel hypes. The night, let's just say it progresses. It is dark. All of you at some point take watch. All of you rest. The Paranalians, I assume, are under guard the entire time. But again, they are your allies. Where in here would you all have decided to long rest? There's a tower that actually has doors. But is filled with rubble. There's these giant buildings. The one in which the dead drained body is also is filled with a bunch of horse shit. It was basically being used as a stable as well. So in this area of the stone galleries, where would you all have decided to take a rest?
Probably in the top of the second floor of the tower with the locked door.
There is no second floor of the tower.
Oh.
Yeah, it was all broken.
Yeah.
It was all broken.
The whole
down.
second
The
floor has
staircase
fallen
led up.
to the first floor, and yeah, all that's left is the stairway that went up to that floor.
I'd hang out on the
I'm
stairway.
gonna say in the rubble.
Okay. So you're all.
The
If you guys
darkest
just
area.
want to, if you want to move yourself all to where you would be,
Yes, it's important.
and then where would you want? Where would you want?
Did I finish my ritual to bring Annie back?
Yay!
Yes.
Give me my brazier back.
I hand you your brazier. Thank you for letting me use it.
So this is where everybody is. Dariana and Brian, are you staying outside, or are you going, or would you have rested in the tower?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I guess I would have rested also.
And Sylvester, you're going to stay separate.
Unmute. Yes.
Yeah, pulled a Ryan.
I want to get. I don't know who posted that in there. I don't know if it was Sam or Janelle who has that. Like, you're on mute mug. I want it so bad. So this is where you all chose to rest. Correct.
Yep.
Thank you. All right. So, as I said, you have done this all for many months. You know how to do watch. You know that Cutter does not really sleep. He trances. You do have your two Paranalians. Would you have let them in the tower, or would you have kept them off to the side over here?
Tower.
Tower. Are they actually under guard and unable to leave, or are you just basically saying, like, if they run off, that sucks, but they're supposed to be working with us?
I would say, I mean, whatever you guys want to do, but I would say my perception is my guard, right? So I'm never really asleep fully. But if you guys want to also take watch.
I wouldn't care
Yes.
if they ran off.
So if you left it up to them, these two, Kialora and Chihara, would choose to to stay in probably over here, away from the horse shit, but also the fuck away from you. So they are in that first building to the left. Hanging out with some of these statues, maybe beneath these trees or something like that. So the night passes. You all get enough rest. The watch happens. And just as the sun is beginning to appear over the horizon, as the light is hitting the stone galleries, you suddenly hear this voice call out from outside of the tower. You hear this kind of gruff, low voice, you can tell is female, say, "Cordelia Belmont.
Shit.
Show yourself, it's time."
Dang, I should have gotten that sword from Cutter first. Do I recognize his voice?
You do not recognize the voice, but I think as much as you recognize that your character would, the implication of this voice.
All right. Oh man, my little hummingbird heart just okay.
Ooh, hummingbird hearts in the chat, please.
Cordelia just kind of stands up. She is not in a rush in any way. She just kind of straightens herself. She's got her little sash she ties. Just kind of takes a deep breath. She checks, all her equipment and whatnot. And she saunters out here. Yes?
You know the third swan has fallen.
Yes, I'm quite aware. I'm already taking care of one of you.
It's your turn now. And as you look out, you see this woman standing in front of you, back at the fountain, so there's distance between you. What? Oh, there's a bunch of shit in my handouts that I didn't put in there. Anyway, picks
unnamed badass woman.
I'm tired of putting names of things
There
down and then forgetting and you guys knowing who they are before it happens. This is a woman you see in front of you. She is slightly different than a number of the swans that you've encountered.
She's not a swan.
A number of the other women that you have encountered. She is about 6.5 feet tall.
Oh, that is many tall.
Yeah, she's a solid metric dude plus.
Yes.
Metric dude is gender neutral.
Yeah. Dude is gender neutral. It's 2021. She's wielding this massive greatsword. You can tell she's not really wearing any armor, but she has these scars all over her. And much like this picture, her feet are bare and dirty and calloused. And she looks at you again and she says, "It's time," and starts racing towards you. As you were leaving the tower, was there anything that you said to your companions at all?
If I knew exactly what this was gonna be, again, because I took my time as I was leaving. I really did not hurry out in any way. All right, so I believe we've spoken of the rules of this little engagement. If anyone helps me, I'll kill you myself. Understood? And I just turn and walk out. Also, just meta chat, I will not be using any of my resources. Ryan and I agreed that when stuff like this happened, he would not use anything on me and I would not use anything on him because this is a really important thing. So I'm not going to let that kind of stuff mess with it.
I don't remember that conversation, but I agree with it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it happened right when we started streaming. I think I just said for the neck, I don't want it to be gaining and blessing and whatnot. It's that's just not the point of these little fights. So.
Okay.
So, what kind of food do we have?
Any sort of do you feel like corn kernels that he could heat up really quick?
Exactly. I need some popcorn and I need a good seat for this. And
I want to go up to the balcony.
Yeah,
and,
Beatum goes up to the balcony for sure.
All right. So as the party is getting themselves situated and ready, these two Paranalians, you can see they actually peek their heads out. Am I on the right token layer? No. They actually peek their heads out, and then as they hear this kind of happening, they kind of look at each other and they pull a cutter, and they just kind of scramble up the wall, and then just sit on top. And kind of do the same thing you guys are doing. Just get like a nice view of what's apparently about to transpire.
If we're gonna do this, I have to pee. Like, I gotta be like ready for this. I'll be right back. I have Sam.
This is in real life.
I need
Is this in character or out of character?
No, this is out of character.
Do we need a new
Cordelia's
hashtag?
literally like, wait a second. Listen, lady.
Use
I gotta pee.
Hold
use
on,
the
just like a
bladder
minute.
pain.
Just like a
Let
minute.
the pain
Let the
drive
pee
you.
fuel you.
This
That's what I
is
do.
brought to you by Japan.
Go pee.
We gotta get her one of those diapers like that astronaut woman.
Yeah. Okay, well, I wanted to start the battle music, but let's just put that back on the
That was so
ambiance.
anticlimactic.
That's what I did when I beat the last boss on Blasphemous in 2 turns because I had to pee so bad. I was like, this fuels me. This is what we got to do. Can we get a bunch of Sam emotes in chat? Can we get some Nigel hypes? Can we get some hummingbird hearts? Thank you for dropping that sketch risk. Yes. If you see this wonderful art, I believe it's right beneath me. All of our art was done by the amazing, wonderful Sketch Risk. Go follow him on Twitter. He is also doing some other work for me that at some point many of you will see. But yes, get your Sam emotes ready to go.
So did you intentionally not give me time to try to negotiate for a sword that does an extra 1d6 radiant damage?
I think I said repeatedly over and over again, like, so you long rested, and at any point you could have said, if you think that conversation would have happened already, you can have that conversation now.
It would have happened in
fight. Start.
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Fight.
It's fine. Okay.
No, I'm saying if Cutter would have given you that sword, you can take the sword.
Would Cutter have given me the sword?
For trade, if you have some arrows.
I have some regular arrows.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, I don't know how many. I have to look.
I love how pragmatic Cutter is.
I think I got 20 arrows when we were in Paranalia, and I've used like 3 of them, so you have 17 arrows.
Wait, we want Cordelia music? I don't know. Is it this one?
Well, you legally can't use Selenium.
Yeah, we can't use it.
What's the name of the sword, Jason?
It is
I can add it to your collection here.
KO.
Oh, so man, this could realistically be the end of Cordelia. There's a non-zero chance.
I guess we'll see. All right, I added it to your handouts and stuff, so you'll see it in there.
Oh, I can't. Is it in D&D Beyond?
No, it's in your player.
No, I'm
handouts.
saying, but is this in D&D Beyond?
Oh no.
Oh, okay.
If you're gonna use it regularly, I'll add it. I just didn't add it from last time because.
Okay. Well, I'll just see. Okay.
Oh,
okay.
Beatum yells out from the balcony. If you lose and she kills you, do we get to kill her?
Let her go. She's earned her victory. Not that it'll matter. She flips her hair dramatically. And she's waving at you guys as you guys are sitting up there. If you guys just staring.
Eating pop.
I'm blowing kisses to everybody, just waving.
Beatum looks up to Sylvester and Cutter. Oh, she loses. We're killing that bitch.
Without a doubt. Sure.
I don't know. Okay. I might pay her. Gratitude.
Ryan, just remember, my backup character is worse.
It is. It's awful.
Fuck.
If that sways your judgment at all.
Yeah, Jason, it's worse.
Okay, I didn't hit long rest in the thing. Okay, he's great. No, he's actually not a tabaxi. I don't allow rest in D&D Beyond.
I would not allow tabaxi.
I don't know what these dots are for anymore. Okay. Should I roll initiative?
Oh, hey, yeah, roll initiative for me.
Okay. Ooh, that's not that high. I'm too busy blowing kisses and waving.
Let me pop out her stat block. Because, yes, I made her a nice big stat block. I will drop this stat block in chat after this session if someone reminds me.
I get my ass kicked.
Let's see. Didn't even ask her name.
Don't care.
Yeah, that's why I didn't put it on the thing.
Don't care.
So, initiative.
Man, I
for
gotta
her.
like remember all my shit. Okay, I can do
Yeah, you better
so
remember
many
all of
things.
it, is all I'm saying.
Okay.
You could let Andy fight
Yeah.
him.
So the other thing I did that's really helping me is I added the macros across the bottom.
Excellent.
Whoop, nope. Disregard that roll. It's that one. And also that one.
What are you doing?
Oh, I have advantage on initiatives.
Okay. For all the good it's doing you.
So, Cordelia, you got an 11. And this character, who is going to be unnamed,
Baba.
she got a 15. If the music's too loud, chat, let me know.
I'm gonna put on. I need to put on my own Celine on. I'm gonna keep it really quiet so that it doesn't show up on the stream, but I need my own Celine Dion here.
Do it.
Everybody out there listening to the chat, go put some Celine
Go
Dion
put some Celine
on.
Dion and let me know if at any point that you can hear it, because I don't want it to like get the stream in trouble. Okay.
Yeah, what song?
I'm starting with My Heart Will Go On. No, I feel like I gotta start with like Taking Chances. Like, I think I'm gonna start with Taking Chances.
This was another night that I was slightly worried that maybe I hadn't prepped enough.
Yeah, you're good.
No, I'm
You're
solid.
good. It's gonna be a 4.
Oh, actually, no. I'm gonna start with It's All Coming Back to Me. I think is a good one to start with. Okay, it's her
Yeah, I think
turn.
that's a
She
good
goes
choice.
first.
Oh, yeah. So, she is going to raise her greatsword and scream out into the
I'm assuming
day
she's very angry.
around the stone gallery. And yes, she seems to become, I don't know, very angry, almost as if she's enraged.
When she rages, this is too meta. I can't, Purdue wouldn't know the differences between the barbarian paths by like physical indication.
Yeah. So she does that. And as she
I want that radiant
charges,
damage.
yeah. And she charges in towards you with her greatsword. 35. And she's going to swing twice as she spins around with this massive sword. This massive sword, slower than you, but still this move. It's slower, but you can almost feel the strength of it as she spins around. And she slices towards you. And she seems to be reckless as she does this.
All right. Give it to me, baby.
That'll be a 24 to hit.
Okay. Yep.
With her first strike. And that is going to do 14 points of damage.
That is many points
as
of
the
damage.
greatsword slashes across you. And she stops faster than you think she can. This woman who's like basically towering over you. Is she a foot taller than you? Is she at least a foot taller than you?
How tall is she?
She's 6'5".
She's probably about a foot taller than me.
Yeah. She stops on a dime and spins back the other way, the sword slashing up. Oh, wow. So she rolled a 1 and a 2. So you're able to dodge backwards out of the way of the second attack. And that is her turn as she's just looming over you now. the second slash going right past you.
Okay, no, see, the song's starting to build, so. Okay, my turn?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm about to get to the baby part of the song. Okay, so, Cordelia is going to, like, just flip her hair a little bit, and she's going to, as she dodges out of the way of that second attack, she's actually gonna, like, dance around and go this way, moving 10 feet. And so I'm assuming she's a little bit more vulnerable than she would be, and I'm gonna have advantage on all these attacks.
You will have advantage on all these attacks. As she spun around with this incredibly strong attack that she did, you can tell that again, she's just being reckless. She's leaving herself open. As she basically puts all of her strength into these to try to injure as quick as possible.
I just want to make sure that I read that like meta enough, like I get advantage now.
Oh, yeah, I would hope that you meta that enough.
Like I know this. Okay, so attack 1. So that's gonna be, hold on, I gotta roll some other things. 1d8. So it's going to be a total of 25 damage on my first attack.
Okay.
Oh wait, I think I rolled with disadvantage on accident. Was that oh no, it wasn't a crit. Okay.
Well, yeah, you hit it.
It's all magical. Do you need the physical from? I don't know what type of barbarian she is. Do you want it's all magical and then 6 of it's radiant if it matters.
Doesn't.
Okay. So that was attack number 1. I have 3 more of these. Because I am a level 11 fighter now. Oh my god, my hands are shaking. I'm also not looking at chat right now. Attack 2 is a 24. I still get the extra 1d8 because I get that till my next turn. So a total of 17 on the second attack. All magical. And some radiant. But you said that doesn't matter, but I'm just really stressed out. Okay, hold on, I want to be able to hear my music. Okay. Attack 3 with the rapier. Is a crit.
Oh, shit.
So does all of my damage get maxed, even the extra d8 and the radiant? Because they're dice.
You get every one of your dice once, and then a roll on it. Well, how much damage was the last one?
17. Okay, hang on. I'm actually so I get it's 8 plus 8 plus 6. Hang on, and then I gotta roll 1d8. My hands are shaking. I can't even type. Okay, so that's another 19 on top of so I don't have the crit damage. So that's 10 plus 6 plus. Okay, so that's another 19. So that's 41 damage on my third attack. And then I'm going to bonus action scimitar attack. Does 16 hit?
16 does not hit.
Okay. So that one will miss. How does she look?
I mean, she looks alright.
Okay.
Edom looks
like bloodied after your first hits or something?
I don't know. I did a lot of damage, and it's magical.
Edom looks up at everyone else. Maybe if she kills Cordy, we can convince her to join the group.
And I'm just gonna play her.
Yeah. So, as she's
she doesn't talk much.
As she's swinging with her sword, you are able to dodge around, and as you spin, you're just slashing across this woman's back. Again, she's not heavily armored, but as your weapons are like striking her skin, you can feel how thick it is, and you feel like maybe on someone else they'd be biting a little bit deeper. And as you're spinning around her, going around her the other side, when her weapon stops moving, she suddenly spins around and starts to attack you again. So that will be a 30 to hit you.
That'll hit.
Yep. And I'll go ahead and I'll just do damage on that one. So that'll be 19 points of damage.
Okay.
On the first hit.
I can't even do basic math. I need to mind my calculator.
Oh yeah, I just do it on my token.
Okay.
She spins and does that strike. She take a step back, not in a step back as in like I'm moving 5 feet away from you. She's just centering herself again, and she's gonna bring the weapon down a second time. That'll be a 20 to hit you. No, a 28.
I'm gonna use lock blades. If I can exceed this, if it misses.
Okay, and this is a reaction.
Yes.
All right, so you need to beat a 28.
Do I have advantage?
I don't think.
I think all attacks on.
But is this an attack? It's a reaction.
It's still an attack.
Can you read Lock Blades to me? Do you have it with you? If anyone has the book near him,
Oh, I do. Oh.
Under the weapons.
Yeah, it's like page 46 or 47-ish is where it starts. And Lock Blades is a weapon attack, right? Is a weapon feature?
It's. I thought I had it on here. I put it in my thing.
So in the Kobold Press Midgard setting, there are additional things you can do that are basically like mini feats for each weapon type. And one of those, I assume, is a rapier thing.
Yeah.
So.
Here we go. Lock Blades. When a creature attacks you with a weapon, you may use your reaction to make an attack roll with your rapier.
Sure.
If it equals or exceeds the attack roll, they're attacking.
Yeah, roll with advantage.
Worth a try. Oh, so close! Okay, it hits then.
Yeah. So that hits. So with her second attack, she is going to do an additional 20 points of damage.
So many points of damage.
And on her third attack, she is going to use her mastery of her great weapon to take a reduction on her to hit to increase the damage that she's going to put out.
Wait, why did she get
on
a
you.
third attack?
Oh, because she's frenzied. So as a bonus action, she is going to strike you again. And she is, so I'm going to take a -4 to this attack roll.
Okay.
So it'll be a 21 to hit you.
That'll hit. Damn it, I should have saved it. I didn't.
So it's this plus 8 to hit you. So as she swings around and strikes, she brings the sword down again. And for this one, she slowly like rears up and really gives you that nice anime upswing, like the lights and the colors and all that. So we're going to go ahead and do that plus 8. So that'll be an additional 26 points of damage.
I have
as this blade slices you up.
2 hit points left.
Don't mind me. Don't mind me just rolling dice over here. Oh my god.
Don't do it, Vita. Okay.
Well, those are just my portents for the day.
No, I know. All right, is it my turn?
It is your turn. This is becoming a quick battle here.
That's okay. Hang on, my music. It switched to a song that wasn't a banger. Okay, now my heart will go on. I'm going to bonus action second wind. So I moved. I'm gonna bonus action second wind for all the good it's gonna do me. For 11 hit points back. It doesn't add the fire level. Or no, so I get 12 hit points back.
Wow.
It's not gonna matter. Okay.
Oh my god.
All right, I'm going to attack 1. 18 to hit.
18 will hit. Yeah.
Okay. My hands are shaking. So that's gonna be 20 damage. Back 2 for a crit.
Damn, this is the second crit.
I think it's actually the same as the last crit. Yeah, so it's gonna be 41. Oh no, I gotta roll the other ones too.
Yeah, you have to roll, but...
Oh my god, well I need them. I need them. Okay, well I rolled garbage on the other ones, so 12 plus... Oh my god, okay. So it's 8 plus 6 plus 12. So for 34 points of damage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attack 3. 24 to hit. For 20 points of damage.
Ooh.
And then I'm going to action surge for 3 more attacks.
Okay. What was the damage on the last
we got
one?
a false life on Sam.
The last one is 20. I
Sursa.
appreciate it, Sursa. I cannot accept it during this fight. I apologize. Ryan and I agreed that there is no chat boons. As much as it pains me to say that. Oh my god, my little hummingbird heart. Okay, I get 3 more attacks. 24 to hit.
It must have been while you walked away, Sursa. Don't worry. Applied LaFay solution stock is going to go up.
It's going to be 21 points of damage.
Okay.
24 to hit.
24 will hit.
I'm really glad she reckless as she is. Because I'm not going to survive another turn.
Look at that smug look on Ryan's face. Look at it.
For another 17 points of damage.
Okay.
I have 1 more attack. Oh my god, that was like as the song hyped up. For 24 more points of damage.
She's super bloody.
Enough that she maybe fell down on the ground.
She's not quite yet down on the ground. Oh. So as you finish this whirlwind blow that actually almost pushes her backwards, she's trying to get her greatsword up fast enough to block a couple of them. I don't think she was able to block a single one. So she is literally pouring blood all over, down her face and all around. And it's just dripping on the ground as she kind of stumbles back for a second, head down, and then her head comes back up and the greatsword pulls back again. That'll be a 31 to hit.
Yep. All right, that's a series wrap on Cordy. Thanks, folks.
22 hit points?
Yep, I'm done.
Alright. And as she pulls her greatsword back again, can you take your headphones off, please?
Listen to my Celine Dion.
Who are you telling to take the headphones off?
Just Sam.
Okay, you got... Oh, she's gonna...
You guys are
have that music going.
Yep. So as Cordelia just drops at the feet of this massive woman, you can all see she is pulling her greatsword back yet again. And as this happens, there's suddenly this blur coming from over here. This green and yellow blur. This shape springs out of this canal to the side and rushes towards this woman. Before she can bring the sword down, let me pull up a token here. I should have added it in. You see, let's just pick one of these. Let's pick this one. You see this.
Picked it at random. Okay.
I picked it at random. If there's a name on it, don't listen to it. You see this woman, not even realizing it is a woman, it's just this blur before it hits this other large woman out of nowhere. Blades flashing, slashing. Suddenly, as the arms are raised up, the sword drops out of her hands, and you see from her elbows down, her arms are just gone. And when she brings him down, as she screams, blood is pouring out over them, all over Cordelia. And she continues to scream and scream. And this woman continues to spin in a way that is very familiar to you. And it's a way that's very similar to Cordelia. You almost get this kind of like bizarro Cordelia, Celine Dion vibe from this person. And as she spins once again, the throat of this woman opens up and blood pours out, and she drops to her knees and falls down next to Cordelia. This woman now looms over Cordelia. She puts her sword to Cordelia's throat, looks up at all of you. And then you just hear her say, "Tisk, tisk, tisk, Cordelia Belmont, what are we going to do with you? I told you I was saving you for last."
Do we recognize her from perhaps when another one of our friends was murdered in the street in front of us?
I will say at this distance, she does seem very familiar to you.
Does the sword look familiar? Like the one that shot out of his chest?
I mean, that was you were like 60 feet away when that happened.
Oh, okay.
But I'll say as you ran forward towards what happened with Atticus, this person seems quite familiar. And as she looks up at all of you, she just puts her sword away and just darts back into the undergrowth.
The moment...
And she's gone.
The moment she's gone, because she's kind of violated Cordelia's rule, we didn't. Victor it looks like he's 60 feet away. He's going to cast Heal on Cordelia. It's the new 6th level spell he's got. He chooses a creature he can see within range. She feels a surge of energy like come for her. So you see him kind of like working his magic, but it doesn't look like light. It kind of looks more like darkness. And he's just sending, like pulling her back from the grave, because he knows that she fought like really bravely, and it's like unbelievable that she lost to this barbarian. And she's going to regain 70 hit points and like come back, I guess, to life, swimming in a pool of this woman's blood, hopefully.
Okay. How can I get Sam's attention?
Maybe text.
Yeah.
Yeah. She's back.
When she comes back, she's coming back?
All right, Sam, what's your new character?
Yeah.
Okay, so he is... Can I say who he is?
No, so as you're laying on the ground, slipping away.
I fucking die.
Yeah. You suddenly feel this warmth wash over you.
Don't want it.
Yep. And your eyes flutter open.
Not happy about it.
Yep. And the first thing you taste is blood in your mouth.
Okay, well, that's fine.
And you wipe that away and you look down at yourself, and you are just coated in blood. And when you look to your left, you see this woman who had just struck what she thought was a killing blow on you. Throat open, arms cut off at the elbows, great sword laying on the ground next to her. You're both just in a giant pool of her blood. And you look to the right up at the tower, and you see all of your companions watching you, and you see Victor's hand out towards you and then drop as if he had just cast some type of spell.
And I stand up and I'm like, that was amazing. What a show.
Wasn't me.
Beatum walks in the doorway and slowly walks down the stairs to come out to Cordelia.
She screams at him, "Get away from me." Just screeches at him.
Okay. Well, instead of focusing on her, he goes and he starts searching through the barbarian woman stuff, looking at her blade, looking for evidence.
Yeah.
So, can I resolve Cordelia's reaction first, though, at Victor?
Please, please do what you would do as you come to life.
Was that you? And I point at, like, the corpse.
Yeah.
What? Who? How?
Do not tell me.
How did this happen?
It was not us that violated your rules, Cordelia.
Then who?
It was the bitch who took your lover from you.
My actual heart just fucking dropped. Sabine Silverrose was here.
Yes, whatever her name was.
Sabine Silverrose!
Da.
Does she think I was dead? Does she know I'm not?
I think she knew you weren't, and she said she wanted to save you for last.
Da.
And ran off.
Is this still a game you don't want us to know the rules of, Cordelia?
It's not a game.
Well.
This is...
She seems to think it is.
Of course she does. She thinks everything is a game. Everything is a fucking game to her.
Well, she might be right. Looking down at you in that pool full of blood, she's made a fool of you, and this woman too. And he starts picking through her stuff.
Sam, don't know what to say. I think Cordelia just, stomps off. Oh, no, she's, I'm not in any condition to stomp any. How many do I have, a hit point?
I think you have 70.
You're like 70, yeah.
Yeah, you're...
So Cordelia, is processing that, that was probably what Victor did? Is what she's gonna assume, that it was Victor who did that, and then now she... part of her feels a little bit bad for yelling at him, and then she's annoyed with herself for, feeling bad about upsetting another, being mean to another person, and there's just a lot happening with Cordelia right now. So, she is going to just not be here anymore. Which way did she go?
Does Cordelia say that?
Yes.
Good point.
Okay, so Victor kind of walks out, and then he kind of I think she went kind of this way. So he looks at you and he goes, I do not know who that was, Cordelia, but I believe she is much faster than anything we have experienced. Yes? She went a blur this way. And then Victor's going to kind of look and see if he can see any tracks, I guess. Because maybe she stepped in the blood, while she was dancing around.
If you gave Cordelia general direction, she's just gonna run. We don't have to really resolve. I'm assuming she's gonna run, find nothing, and eventually stomp back, but for all intents and purposes, Cordelia is not in the scene anymore. I'm gonna catch up on Twitch chat now.
Do we see any bloody footprints from the other sword dancer?
Check.
Oh, what?
Roll me a survival check.
Okay. And I'm gonna put a bless on it since we have so many.
We had a long rest. I'm not exhausted anymore.
Nice.
So your overdose and its subsequent exhaustion has now abated.
I need some requiem.
Beatum, you are looking a little spunky, my friend. Yes?
Yes. I need a score. And he begins rifling through this woman's stuff, looking for money or whatever the shit.
So roll me a perception check. Or an investigation check, whichever.
Sure.
Yeah. What was that, Cutter?
I was gonna say, so Cutter, he walks down into the group and he's,
there was a time that something happened very much like this. So enjoy the silence.
and then I go down to the woman and start slicing off a bit of her nice thick leg and tasting it.
You know, Cutter, when your old friends came a-calling, and you wanted to go chase them and kill them, I think this group helped you, if I remember correctly.
We were ambushed.
Right. But we could have seen ways out of that forest without confronting those foes of yours.
All I'm saying is, enjoy this quiet, Beatum. Get a little reading done, perhaps.
Oh.
It's going to last a little while.
I see.
She stays in these fits for some time.
Ah.
It's best to let her wallow in it.
Yes. I didn't realize you cared so much about her.
Well,
So Victor, as you're looking over the edge for any type of tracks or anything like that, you see nothing.
Damn.
Beatum, as you rifle through this person, the only thing you find on her is just the sword that's laying next to her. She is not wearing any pouches. She's not wearing anything. You get the sense, what did you roll? 26? Yeah, you get the sense that she came prepared to do what she was here to do. And if she had anything else with her, it was probably left with wherever she came from.
Does the sword look magical to me in any way? I could cast Identify on it if Beatum really had a suspicion.
You would need to cast Identify. You can't. It doesn't. There's nothing about it.
I can't roll an Arcana to.
It's
to
not
be
glowing.
Like,
There's no runes or anything. It is an interesting looking sword.
Oh, an interesting looking sword. I will put it away in my bag of holding for now.
And when this is a massive greatsword. This is like Buster Sword style. No, not quite that big.
Is it bigger than the one that Tongue Taker had?
Probably roughly about the same size. It does not look as menacing as that. But I mean, I basically picked this art first of all because she's a redhead, and second because I really like the sword as well. So it basically looks like this.
Oh yeah.
So I'll show the picture back, and you can click on that to blow it up, Jason, if you want. And it'll zoom in. So this now minus her arms from the elbows down is what she had looked like, but now she is just bleeding on the ground.
Oh, sorry. Can you put it up in the? I accidentally clicked on it to a new window, so it wasn't sharing.
Yeah, it should. I'll just share it to you again. There you go.
Okay.
And yeah, you can just click the magnifying glass and it'll blow it up for.
Yeah.
Sylvester, are you nearby, or are you still up?
No. If you just like click the picture, it'll blow it out.
Okay.
I would come down.
Sylvester, would you like to talk to her?
The dead woman.
I do not know. She has head for now, perhaps.
I suppose. What would you want to know?
I think that Cordelia knows everything that this woman would know. Why talk to the dead when we could get the living to talk to us?
Understood.
Besides, our Duke is getting away. I'm not sure we have time. We must prevent the spilling of his blood.
Yeah, I'm going to send Annie up in the sky to see if she can see how far away Cordelia ran.
Yeah.
You also hear a voice from over here say, what the fuck was that?
Oh, just a little sport.
Do either of you want a sword?
I kind of give Beatum a sideways glance at that.
They're warriors. They could help us.
I mean, one already has a short sword, one only has a dagger, so they look at each other and The one with the short sword.
Victor hears this and is like, beat them. Perhaps I also have a Ruthenian warhammer in bag of holding. Yes.
Oh.
Could be more useful than dagger.
Oh, he reaches in and pulls out the hammer and kind of just like waddles over to the Paranalians. And
are you kind of dragging it?
Yes, I'm dragging both of them. There's no way I can hold either one. And
Warhammer is just a hammer, not a maul.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? But the great sword is definitely
it's too big.
Bigger than you could hold the warhammer almost like a maul for your tiny size, but you're definitely dragging the great sword behind you. They both then hop down. And Keylora was the one who'd been talking originally. She is let's say she's I don't want to say she's the boss, but she was the one that is a little bit more vocal and forthcoming. She will reach and take the greatsword if you will allow her to.
Yes, I allow her to.
Yeah. And the other one eyes the warhammer and just hefts the short sword. And she says, "I'm all right with this."
Oh. What was her name?
The primary of the two is Kialora, Kialora.
And Shahara.
And the other one is named Shahara, Shihara. I'll throw it in the
Okay, I got it.
Just so we can just throw a chat.
And do we still have that Ghost Knight guy with us?
He's dead as shit and drained dry.
Drained.
And his head is a
I missed that. I was busy burning bodies.
Chernobog.
Okay.
Well, shall we collect Cordelia and be on our way?
So can Annie see how far away she went?
Cordelia, how far away did you go, and are you attempting any type of stealth?
Nah.
Okay, roll me a perception check for Annie. And how far, Cordy, do you think you would go before you would come back?
Cordelia is running. Part of her knows she's not gonna catch Sabine. Like, just even if on the best day chasing her, she'd never catch her. It's part of like running towards Sabine, but also away from what just happened. And it's more of like an emotional journey that she's going through. I imagine there's a lot of shit in this little montage that she's experiencing. So she's probably not running especially fast, but she's not gonna stop. So I don't know how the math works out, but it's not a full sprint, but she has been running for a long time.
Gotcha. So hours before you would make your way back.
I mean, I guess that's pretty far. I mean, can I just run unimpeded for hours?
I mean,
in these woods?
You could try. I guess that's my question for you right now. I'm
honestly okay. Running for hours would be. I know I'm not in the best shape, but that's still probably really hard to do. To just run for hours, especially when you're also crying a lot. So I would say after a good 15 minutes, she probably just like falls. She comes to a clearing and realizes she's never going to catch the bee, falls to her knees and is just sobbing. So Annie probably hears some very loud sobs.
Gotcha.
Well, and also, I mean, I sent her up after you'd only been running about 5 minutes, so I'd probably see her general direction at least, right?
Yeah, for sure. So even with an 11, Annie sees her eventually, like, go from, like, a sprint to a run to a jog to kind of like a hunched over, sobbing walk into a copse of trees. Right. And that is where she currently is, just apparently sobbing into her hands in the ground.
Did she go pretty much due east?
Just that way. Whatever way.
Basically, she
doesn't matter. Yeah.
Okay.
If the direction, she never like took a sharp turn, but I mean, just general east.
So I look over at the Paranalians. Do we know which way we're going to catch up with the Duke?
To Salzburg?
No, we're going to Jost.
Oh,
Jost.
No, we want to take him to Jost, but the ghouls, I don't think we're taking him to Jost. Which way did they go?
They went to Fresno.
They did, in fact, go to Fresno, also called Olselberg.
There we go.
There we go.
It is the dread fortress Olselberg. There is a town outside. Also, well, it is the town of Olselberg and the dread fortress at Olselberg. That is where they were discussing taking our other sisters. And I assume that is where they would take the Duke. It is, all ghost knights, work for Morgau. It's that's their homeland. But the ghouls, although there are some ghost knights within, this fortress seems to be only ghouls. The leader of it, I'm not remembering his name, is in fact a ghoul. At one point in recent weeks, we actually saw what appeared to be a changing of some of the markings that were being flown at the fortress.
And which direction is that?
It's mostly north.
Well, we should go collect Cordelia and be on our way then. Are there... Beaton's racking his mind. There's female ghost knights.
There are, in fact, female ghost knights.
Okay.
Yes. This is equal opportunity evil here.
Excellent.
Yep.
He goes and collects the ghost knight uniform from the Capri Sun stable shit boy.
So Dariana, how are you feeling about all of this?
I feel okay. Brian's sopping up the blood and I'm just kind of touching it, encouraging him.
Like, good boy. All right, here you go. So when he feeds on a headless corpse, what does he do to the body? Does he kind of like absorb over it, or how would he be interacting with like Capri Sunning the corpse?
Yeah, I think he encases it within himself and then just sucks it dry.
So when you go to the corpse of this unnamed character that was murdered, you find that it is basically the skin is basically pulled to the bone, but coating it is at this point this dry, crispy fabric that is just coated in this like dark reddish maroon colored crust over all of it, and it is just this mass of hardened dried blood and an emaciated drained corpse that is there right now.
Okay, Beatum sees that and is like, nope, okay, never mind. Walks away.
We will get you close somewhere else, Beatum. Yes.
Anyways, so it seems like we need to go get Cordelia and get going.
So, small problem. I don't want to be like, I don't need to be any more of a dick than I am regularly. I am struggling right now with character choice and game cohesion. I am finding it very difficult to justify Cordelia continuing to travel with you and not trying to go find Sabine. Like, as far as like this loss in such a way, like not only did she lose, but like this showed up and did all these things. I cannot find, even, I was contracted by King Lucan. None of that matters to her. Like, I cannot, in fairness, like, think of a reason why she would agree to continue with you guys. And I don't know.
Well, why don't you let us convince you?
Okay.
All right. So as you are all making your way towards Cordy, who is having an existential crisis, why don't we take a quick break And we will be back in just a couple of minutes. So thank you all. We will return shortly. Hello and welcome back. You just missed Baby Beatum being held by a Baby Beatum. And hey, we got a raise from Bayless. Thank you so much, Bayless. How are you doing, sir?
Welcome to the Cordelia Rethinks Her Life show.
Bayless. I was just watching Bayless's stream the other day, and he did a wonderful doodle of the penitent one from Blasphemous for me. I showed it to Sursa right away. Awesome. But it was wonderful. Hello, Bayless. Hello. You missed a significant event, but it's in the VOD. And I'm sure we will discuss it in the DK channel this evening. So, as we're getting back into this, there was just an encounter with Sam and this unknown woman, and then something crazy happened. So as that resolves, Cordelia has rushed off in another direction, and the party is determining their next actions. So party, what are your next actions?
So we all as a group headed, right?
We're gonna leave.
Okay.
Cordelia will find us.
Yes,
I can have Annie drop her a little note telling her which direction we're headed.
She knows. I believe we should stick to mission, as Cutter says. Cordelia knows where we are headed if she figures out if she's willing to live or not.
Oh well.
Well, all right, yeah.
Well, it's too bad the barbarian woman died, and we need a warrior of some kind.
I just like the image of it's a really somber moment, and there's music, and you're like, oh. Anyway, it got all dark and like there was a filter on it. And you're like, oh, okay. She'll find us.
We'll get there.
If you want to beat them, I can create ghoul out of her.
I mean, she's kind of...
Yeah. She'll not be very useful, but
yeah, her reach is...
She'll be tall.
Limited.
We put you on her shoulders.
Interesting.
Oh, no. Anyway.
I think we start heading north.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, we have the Paranalians. They can do our fighting for us.
To Dread Fortress. Yes.
Are you muted?
I'm not muted.
Okay.
Just listening to what you guys decide to do.
Did we reach the end of what you prepared?
No. I thought the fight would take a little bit longer. But a level 11 one-on-one combat, everyone's doing 60 points of damage a turn, so there's not really a whole lot you can stretch that out to unless people are darting around the thing. I thought maybe that might have been a thing where she sees this giant, great sword-wielding barbarian, and she's like, oh, maybe I'll jump at her from over here and do a thing. Then I was like, nah.
She had 35 feet of movement speed. And also, how, you can tell me later, I calculated how much damage I did, and that's absurd.
Okay, we'll talk about it later.
I'd start walking north.
Yep, Beatum starts hobbling along.
Okay.
Is this where we're going? To Ozelberg.
I'm leaving Annie there, though.
Okay, so Annie is staying in the general area of Cordelia?
Yeah, more by the ruins, but
gotcha.
Keep an eye out just in case.
Okay. So as you all head northward, it's going to take you at least a day's travel. The Paranalians let you know to get to the town of Orzelberg, which is what surrounds the Dread Forest, the Dread Fortress. So as you, it is a bright day at this point. You can probably, if you push, get to Orzelburg this evening, and you would arrive at the town as night falls.
What do we know of this town? Oh, that's the Fresno town. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
We know it's run mostly by ghouls. They just changed the marking, so we're under the impression that the unrest has come to Ozelberg.
They have changed allegiance.
So when out of range
like
out of range of the Paranellians, I lean over to beat them. So we trust these Paranellian guys?
Oh, of course not.
So what's the idea here?
We use them to create some havoc and less attention on us.
I have a feeling they've got the same idea.
They'll fit in much worse than we will.
Very true. Well, all right.
I hope they're better warriors than they appear to be. We found them tied and gagged.
And being guarded by a child.
Yes.
Yeah.
Man. I think it's a safe bet that they'll die by someone's hand soon enough. Plus, they can guide us.
Cutter, is it better for you to arrive nighttime? No sunshine?
I don't know how we got on this day schedule and all, but it's fucking killing me.
Cutter is channeling me right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awful.
Killing you? I thought you were already dead.
Double kill.
Double kill.
Very willing to push through if you are. Beatum looks so good, and sooner we get there, sooner he gets the requiem. Yes?
Yeah. Sounds good.
That big woman was quite refreshing, so I think I can make the march.
Just keep your hood up.
Is Brian marching, or is because we can't fit him back in the barrel, can we?
No, not unless I cut some of him off. He's pretty big. So
Okay.
yeah, he's marching.
Yeah, baby. We're looking good.
He's
Yeah,
like
what would
extra
you
big
even
now.
what would you even do with the barrel at this point? Stick it back in the bag of holding or something?
I guess so. Because we need the barrel.
I think you had originally had him in the barrel before you made him small. I think there was a point in time where he wouldn't fit in the bag of holding because you had so much shit in it. So the barrel. Yeah.
Could get rid of a bunch of the mercantile stuff I've got in there.
You have an entire circus
I
wagon.
mean, we
in
can
there.
also find a barrel somewhere else.
Okay. So we trudge along. Trudge.
So as you make your way across what is formerly Krakovar, which some of you may or may not be familiar with, you end up not seeing too many people on the road as you make your way towards Ozelburg. A little bit more traffic once you get in there, but you are deep within Morga now. None of you, there's no like suspicion on a number of dampiers and ghouls and things like that. As you're making your way towards the town, it's not uncommon that all of you would be seen. So it's not as if you're in Paranalia again or something and need to hide. This is home, you know what I mean? Or at least it's Fresno.
Do the Paranalians look like they would be out of place?
Well, they're human warriors draped in like piecemeal clothing. So they're not wearing their, the trappings of who they are. If anyone's really ever been to, yes, hello, Jesse. If you can drop those Jables emotes in chat, please. If you have previously been to Paranalia or seen Paranalians, which, I imagine fantasy worlds like this to be a lot like, I don't know, where we went to high school, where most people like live and die within 70 miles of where they're born. So some people might recognize him slightly, a little bit more. I think I made all of my female NPCs have red hair for a while now, because I was going to say, oh, they have red hair, but so did this other woman. but not necessarily enough to arouse suspicion as they stay, within your group. Maybe if they were traveling alone, someone might stop them a little bit more, but no, not currently. So as night is beginning to fall, you actually make your way into or to the gates of the town of Orzelberg. Let me gather you all up. No, you are not there.
I know it's pretty dark out, but do they have the new banner or whatever lit up in any way that we?
So you're not at the Dread Fortress. You are at Orzelberg, which is it's kind
separate.
of near. It's near the Dread. It's kind of grown up around the Dread Fortress, but the Dread Fortress is on the other side of this. And in this town, it's not like one stoplight and a swimming pool. Like it's a decent sized town. Maybe I wouldn't consider like a small city, but it's close to. Let me just gather up all the tokens that are scattered all over the board, including Annie now.
And if I'm looking at the map, is it where Krakova is where Orzelberg is now?
Don't worry about the map.
Okay.
I have Beatum, I have Cutter, I have Sylvester, I have Victor, I have... Where's Cordy? Oh, there she is.
The question of the day.
She's in the far east.
So we only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's only 10 people with us currently, or 10 tokens.
Only.
Shit.
Yeah. So as we make our way to... Actually... Yeah, I don't need Fog of War for this stuff. You find yourselves at the gates to this town. I kind of put you on the wall, but there's not a lot of space here at the gates. You find yourself towards nightfall at the gates to this what appears to be a relatively decent-sized town, and then the Dread Fortress is on the other side. So, as you see this kind of from a distance, you see the gates. They're still currently open. There's still just a little bit of sun left in the sky. You get the sense that most of these towns close their doors at night. Now, whether they let you in or not, that is entirely up to them. But knowing that there is this town here, and there is the Dread Fortress on the other side, what are you guys doing?
What does the town look like it's closing up?
It's getting to be towards nightfall, so they're at least you get the sense that in Morgau, they at least generally close the doors, but they don't necessarily close considering half the population is night shift.
Does it feel like when we were in Hanksburg?
It does not feel like when you were in Hanksburg. Hanksburg is through and through. Like vampire controlled and undead run and things like that. Sylvester, why don't you roll me a history check? And maybe beat him as well.
History.
Ooh.
You have bless?
Yeah, I was thinking about it.
Yeah, 20 of them.
I need to start using veins too.
Got to use them on every single one. I'm going to bless.
All right, I have to remember to actually mark them off when people use them.
It's a 16.
Your bless will help better than mine. Oh, did I roll it twice, Max? Yeah.
So with the 16, you remember. I mean, you're an intelligent person, an intelligent gnome, at least wizardly in all of those things. You at least know your surroundings well enough, and you've traveled. Orzelberg and the Dread Fortress itself, even at least you know that Orzelberg. This is part of Krakovar. So Krakovar was conquered 10 years ago. Some of the cities have been kind of taken over. Some of the cities, especially the ones that were previously in Morgau, such as Hinksburg. Not previously, they currently are, and they have always been. those are kind of undead. But like when you look at the map, Krakovar, the area they took over, is like twice as big as the area they controlled previous to that. So even though they do kind of like own that area, they're not necessarily, the vampires, the Morgal, the ghost knights, all of those things, even the ghouls, they don't necessarily like control every single bit and piece of Krakovar. They basically control like the main parts, and you could theoretically live in like a kind of rural area and not really be impacted too much by the conquest of Morgoth, besides obviously tax collectors and random ghost knight patrols and things like that. So a lot of the towns definitely are maybe run by ghost knights or the vampires or ghouls of the Imperium, but it's not like they're taken over by them. So the leaders might be that, but most of the town is still relatively human. And at least from what you can tell at the distance that you're at now, looking down on this town, that's the sense that you get, is that most people that live in this town probably have always lived in this town, and Krakovar was only conquered 10 years ago. So you will probably see some ghouls maybe and some undead and stuff like that, but it's not like it's not like they are the primary citizens of this town. And walking in and out of it, that's the sense that you get. Kialara and Chihara kind of gives you that information as well. They're not from this area, obviously they're Paranalian, but their group is at least aware of the Dread Fortress. They have basically like previously patrolled the area, especially as they were coming to guard Avghost. They were at least checked out the surrounding areas, and the closest city town to where they were at the Stone Galleries is the Dread Fortress. And that's how they knew at least about the banners that had changed, but they are not, again, from this area. They have just previously kind of patrolled this area, waiting for Avghost.
Do we see the banners hanging from the walls?
So it is not in Orzelburg that changed. It is at the Dread Fortress itself.
At the Dread Fortress, yeah.
So,
are there like patrols or guards at the gates?
There are absolutely guards at the gate. You don't see.
Now, are they ghoul or Dark Knight or Ghost Knight? I mean.
So, are you moving close enough to this to actually see who's at the gates?
Yeah, I guess how far away are we right now?
How far away do you want to be? It depends on how close you wanted to be prior to getting to the city, to getting into this.
And what are the outskirts like? Is there trees or hills, or is it just kind of wide open?
On one side there's trees and hills, and on the other it's just farmland. It's just a whole swath of farmland.
So where we would approach the main gate, what's that like?
So as you come towards the front of the gate, it's relatively open. There's not trees right next to this town. It does have a wall all the way around, so there's no trees right up to that or anything. So as you come up to the main gate, it's pretty clear. To the right, it's a little bit more hilly, and there's like trees and things like that. And to the entire left of the town is all of the fields, and to the beyond the town on the other side, kind of the town like leads up to it, is the Dread Fortress.
Okay.
Kind of like up on a little bit of a hill. You can see it at a distance, but you're still a decent sized town away from it. It'd be like trying to see a building on the other side of like Slough or something, like downtown Slough.
Okay.
Kialora, do we need to go into town, or can we simply find Spear Sisters at Fortress?
Well, I believe they would be held at the fortress. They wouldn't have been brought into the town, the ghouls who took them. If it is nightfall, I know many of you that might be your prime time, I suppose. But we would not mind a rest, maybe replenishing some supplies, getting armor, something that we can help beyond the gracious items that you happen to give us. We might also be able to find more information about the fortress itself. That is, I guess we are taking your lead at this point.
Doctor, you are all about mission. What should mission be, yes?
Maybe she's right. We should find out more information.
Yes, let's go to a hub of information. Where's the tavern at? I could use a drink.
I like where your head's at.
More substances is exactly what you need.
Mm-hmm.
Can we
Feeling
get
rather well.
Can we get a don't do drugs in chat, please? So you guys heading in to the town?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
So as you approach the gates, you do see that they are actually just human guards. They're not really necessarily looking over. They look over all of you, but they're not stopping you. They're not checking you. They're not doing anything like that. You get the sense that they're kind of just doing their job, but they are human. And how well they're doing that job for the ghost knights and the ghouls and things close to them. So you basically can walk unimpeded through the gates.
Nice.
And there are 2 guards that you can visibly see, but you can tell that at this is a gatehouse. So there are doors on either side, and you can tell that there may be some more inside. But as you walk through these gates, what would you like to do?
Yeah.
Tap Sylvester and be like, ask them where the bar is.
So I'll turn around to the guards. Where's the nearest tavern? Preferably with an inn where we can find lodging and food, drink, etc.
I would say that's the Hungry Wolf. Hungry Wolf is it's a large building. You'll notice it's in the middle of the town. It's got, if you just go straight up this way and then take a right, you'll see the sign. It's a fucking wolf on it.
Well, all right. You're very descriptive. Thank you so much.
Yep.
And I'll start walking up towards the middle of town and looking to take a right.
And the direction that he pointed you was up, like through this kind of walkway here.
Right.
And then he said to take a right. So, I mean, I'm not going to make you move your tokens through this maze of a town. Basically, once you get to the end of the road here, when you look right, you see this large building here.
And it has a wolf on it?
Yeah. You happen to see a sign with a wolf on it.
All right.
And you get the sense that it is one of the largest buildings you've seen here. It is multi-story. There are noises coming from it. And you get the sense that all of you have been to taverns before. This is one.
This is one. All right.
We go inside.
This is Sylvester's specialty.
Oh, we still have Brian with us, don't we?
A little bit.
Yeah, you don't have Annie with you, but you do have Brian with you.
Yeah, I'm moving her token because you put it on the screen, and I just don't want to leave it wherever. But yeah, she's not with us.
Yeah.
Is that a problem?
Having Brian with you?
Yeah.
I mean, I guess we'll see.
I mean, I can stay outside with Brian.
It's up to you guys what you want to do. I mean, so as you went with the guards, obviously they eyed him up and down, but looking over your party, they kind of just were. It's kind of a little bit of like what the fuck, but also more of the same. They are literally the town that's right outside of a fortress controlled by ghouls.
Yeah.
So.
All right, I'll go with Brian then.
It's probably not the first time they've seen it. It's kind of like when Vexalia always showed up with their goddamn bear everywhere and no one really ever said anything.
Right.
Is that a crit roll reference?
It's a critical role reference.
Oh, okay. I've never seen one.
All right. So as you all make your way into town, you find yourselves here.
Okay.
Wait, no. Zoom out.
No, I'm already there. Keep going north.
Yep, that's what I was gonna say. Here, at the Hungry Wolf.
Oh, I'm at the back door, I guess.
Yeah, we're on the patio.
Doesn't matter. I don't have an interior map. This is RP Theater of the Mind area.
Okay.
So as you enter this tavern, you see that it is 3/4 full. There seems to be like kind of standard tavern happenings. There's no musicians. There's no like joyous music happening or anything like that. You just see people eating and drinking and living. But you do notice as soon as you all walk in, especially when Brian walks in, floats in, like squeegees himself in there in some way, whatever he does to move, that whatever kind of like conversation was happening, again, it's not raucous, ceases. And then,
go ahead.
No, as they're all looking you kind of up and down, they all kind of go back to what they're doing. Low murmuring, but you get this kind of like everyone, if they were eating like this before, they're kind of eating like this now. You know what I mean? Like hunched over, eyes, constantly glancing towards you, pulling in, conversation getting quieter, basically just like pulling away from you. You get this feeling as you walk in that everything goes quiet and then pulls away.
Who farted?
You'd think they'd never seen a giant 6-foot-tall walking blob of blood before.
I think the problem might be that they have seen one before. People don't seem to like Morgao, I think. Beatum goes and tugs on Kilara's whatever she's wearing to get her attention. Do you know the temperature of the people here? Do they seem unfriendly towards the ghouls in Morgao?
Yes, child. They do seem
child?
Well, you're child-sized.
If you ever see a child that has a beard and is like me with a mushroom on their head, do me a favor and kill them. 'Cause they are evil.
Yes. Well, give it time, and maybe I will kill someone with a mushroom on their head. They do not like ghouls, clearly. Their people were conquered. They don't like any of you. And she looks over all of you and she says, no, they would not like any of you. I can talk to them if you would like. They are, from what we could gather when we came near the Dread Fortress, no, they are not a fan of their overlords by any stretch. They just do what must be done to at least maintain a living.
How many people are in here?
12.
Okay, perfect.
So if we are following your lead, why don't you lead?
All right, I go up to the bar and I order mead.
Okay. You can mark off a copper piece, like it fucking matters. You have 1 million. It doesn't make a difference. But you order it. He doesn't say anything to you. He hears what you have to order. He pours it. He slides it to you, and he just goes back to doing what he's doing.
Well,
sit down at an open table.
As soon as you sit down at this table, the closest table to you gets up and moves to a farther table.
Yeah.
Victor grabs 3 drinks, puts one in front of Beatum, in front of Dariana. I don't think Cutter never really drinks, so then he kind of takes his drink and Sylvester, you no make friends this tavern? Too much last time?
Yo, no, I'm not. We're on the job right now.
Bah. Okay. And when we look around, like, is there anybody that looks like a drug dealer? Anybody that looks like a little dicey, or they're just kind of rundown humans?
Why don't you roll me a perception check for plug? I guess I don't.
Let's see here, perception. And then I guess I'll add a bless on there.
You don't need to until you.
Is that 15?
As you look around, you get the sense that at least the people in this room seem to be just like working citizens of Orzelburg. You don't see any shady drug dealer types. There's no one in a trench coat or like anything like that, I suppose.
I think we need a room more than anything else. I might need to cast a little spell. But I need to do it in private.
So Victor kind of finishes his drink and goes back up to the bar, puts it down. Do you have rooms for the evening, my friend?
He kind of looks at all of you, looks you up top to bottom. How many do you need?
I believe we normally travel 3 rooms.
We are a light one member.
I know, but I want to give the Paranalians a chance to...
Yeah, we picked up 2 as well. Yeah.
Right. We're a heavy one.
So 3 rooms, my friend, and 3 more drinks, please.
All right, that'll be. He looks all over again. That'll be 2 silver a room.
Well, I tell you what, I give you gold, because a gold is like 100 silver. Is that the deal?
Yep.
Okay, I give you these. Perhaps cover rooms and whatever food my friends want. Yes.
Yeah, I'll do it. All right.
And I don't notice, like, I'm guessing there's no Kareve. Like, I don't notice any kind of those kind of more exotic people. Okay.
No. So how much gold do you give him?
So I give him 1 gold because that's like that's a lot. And that way, hopefully, I'm assuming that'll make him happy at least. Buy some food, come back to the table. I put down the other 2 drinks in front of Beatum, and I kind of put one in front of Sylvester because I'm assuming he's getting to the bottom of his. And then, if you would like, we have 3 rooms and food. You will have to order yourselves. I do not know. I know what Cutter wants, but looks like he ate already.
Beatum is also going to produce. I'll mark this down. He's going to produce 100 gold worth of gems from the gems that we have, and he's going to hand those to the Paranalians and say, "Provision yourselves. Get whatever you think you'll need and meet us back here. And we must find more information."
Did the guy give me keys?
Oh yeah, he gave you the thing.
Yeah, so I go, and when you come back, I put the room right on the end next to us, yes? And I hand him the key when Beatum says that.
Okay. Keylora kind of looks at this like pouch of uncut gems that you just handed her and goes, "Where the fuck am I supposed to spend this?"
Any place that will take it. Be creative. Also, see what information you can dig up.
All right. All right, let's go, Shiara. And
Shopping episode.
They gather their things up and they head out.
And we never see them again.
they show up on the golden sands of the cat world or whatever.
They want to save their friends. I'm assuming they're decent people. Yeah. And they're not paladins, sure, but you know.
Well, we don't know.
All right.
Ooh.
So, Beatum's gonna get up and go to a room, and he asks for Dariana to come with him. And when they get to the room, he produces a piece of cloth with this ghoul blood on it. Can you tell me if this is blood or not? Do you know? Can your magics tell?
I mean, I can try. I would think I could, but I don't know for sure.
I mean, maybe not magic, but she's just, it's kind of just like wine tasting when it's just like, you know, like stretch the fabric through the light, just kind of like.
Yeah, it's kind of my specialty.
Yeah, I mean, blood is kind of literally your entire thing.
Yeah. So.
Why don't you roll me a investigation check, Dariana?
Okay. Where is it? There it is.
What?
14. I'm sorry, I have to look at this doodle right away.
Wait,
I was thinking the same thing.
Can someone drop a sketch risk in the chat, please? So that all of you can go see what doodle he just happened to drop of Sam's 1v1.
Yeah, link.
And can someone...
Oh my god.
Oh wow.
You want me to share the screen?
Oh wow. Yeah, if you pulled it up on pulled it up,
dude, that's amazing.
Yeah, if you have it pulled up, definitely do.
Oh, wow.
I'm gonna put this in the Discord.
Yeah, please put that in the Discord. Holy shit, Sketch Risk.
Is Sketch Risk in the Discord?
I'm not sure if he's in the Discord or not. But again, Sketch Risk is did we get an exclamation point Sketch Risk in the chat?
Wow.
Sketch Risk is the amazing artist that does all of the art that you see underneath of me, and all of the art that is all of our art that is on our BRB page and all the rest of that. So please, if you are on Twitter, go give him a follow. He is just a fantastic person, an awesome person to work with, and clearly an awesome artist. That's crazy. That is crazy.
Very
yeah,
nice.
If someone could just throw that into the Discord as well, that would be fantastic. Just right in the DK page.
I'm gonna make it my phone
Yeah,
background
Sam got it.
real
Wow.
quick.
That's awesome. I love the balcony.
Yeah, with just like
The little
people-
mushroom.
Yeah, and you can see Beatum and Cutter like on the balcony. That's
Fucking
awesome.
great.
Yeah,
That's
Cutter
amazing.
looks like he's like leaning over anticipation. He's like, "Is this gonna be it?"
Yeah,
Finally,
stop talking.
finally.
Yeah. Wow,
And
Sketch
sweet
Risk.
silence.
That is amazing. Wow. All right. So, what were we doing? We were playing
14 on
14.
Can I get like
advantage because you're blood
Yeah.
person? Go
Or
for it.
bless.
yeah, blood advantage?
Yeah, you can get blood advantage. I'll give you that.
Blood advantage.
Blood
Okay.
advantage. Perfect. You guys also have blue.
You have like a million blesses.
Yeah, I'll bless it too if I need to. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna bless that first one.
Okay.
So since my blood vantage isn't working very well.
To 11.
Yeah.
You only have 11 blesses, so
It's all volunteers.
17. Yeah, it's ghoul blood. It is what constitutes ghoul blood.
Okay. Help me extract this. And he sets his brazier down on the table and like produces some magical tools to start like extracting it from the cloth and put it into the brazier. And after we finish with that, he casts Scrying, invoking it on Bob the Ghoul, whose blood he's assuming this is, being that he followed the blood trail from him running away, and attempts to scry on Bob the Ghoul.
Bob the
using his
Ghoul.
blood. I will put that in the VT2.
Well, I'm gonna look it up too. Bob is definitely my go-to. You asked a name that I didn't prepare. You see here, You can see and hear a particular creature you choose that is on the same plane of existence. Target must make a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. Any sort of physical connection you have. Knowledge, save modifier. Secondhand knowledge, firsthand knowledge. So are you considering this a possession or no?
I'm considering
body
it
part,
a body part.
Blood. Yeah.
Body part.
And you would think, like, do you get a little secondhand knowledge from the Paranalians while we were walking here? Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, even if they have second, it's not going to stack.
Yeah, okay.
Am I the only one still in the bar?
No, I'm in there with you.
Yeah, I don't think Cutter left. I think Dariana and Beatum kind of did their own thing, and they're getting all funky on this blood. All right, so it's a wisdom save. Let me pull the stat block for Bob.
The save DC is 17.
17 with a minus 10?
Yep. Who knows? You might roll a
nat 20 minus 10. So unless he has a plus 7 to wisdom, it doesn't even matter. Yeah, it's literally statistically, it's math. Can we get some? It's math in chat.
Math.
It's math. No matter how good he rolls, he cannot beat a 17.
Excellent.
So
it's almost like I was
because again, you cannot
this.
crit succeed an ability check, just like you cannot crit succeed or crit fail an ability check, which we established last week. We knew that, but we established it hard. There's some people.
Excellent. Thank you.
Thank you.
And the vision actually like emanates from the brazier, so Dariana can see it too, as Beatum is like evoking visions out of the blood.
Okay.
I did not know that you had blood magic.
Nay, this is not predicated simply on the blood. Anything will do. A bit of nail, hair, clothing, a prized personal possession.
I like that you chose blood, though.
It was what was available, my dear. What do we see? What is this Bob doing?
So you create an invisible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensor as if it were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet of it for the duration. A creature that can see invisible objects sees the sensor as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. Instead of targeting creature, you can choose a location you have seen before as a target of this spell. When you do, the sensor appears at the location and doesn't move. Nice words from Necro. Whoa. And how long is the duration? It's a 10-minute casting time, and it's concentration at 10 minutes. So as this vision starts to appear in this brazier, the blood itself that you had poured into it seems to almost steam. It becomes almost just this mist of blood that comes up out of the brazier, and this vision appears within it. And I assume I get the feeling that this is almost like a third-person video game kind of situation.
A little bit.
Yeah. But what you see is Bob standing, holding a spear, back to a wall. To his left is a locked door.
Okay.
And he stands there.
To his left is a locked door. Okay. Does the door have bars in it?
The door does indeed have bars.
Bars. Excellent. How long does this spell last for? Concentration up to 10 minutes. And Beatum will just stand there staring at it, turning around, like trying to like see like other angles, like to see if he sees anything, and he'll watch for the entirety of the 10 minutes just to get any little bit of information he can.
Okay. Yeah. So as you watch him for the entirety of the 10 minutes, can you hear and
I believe you can hear. Yes, you see
Yes,
and
see and
hear. You see and hear.
Gotcha. At one point, you hear what sounds like a female voice calling out from the gates. Basically, just calling to be set free, kind of standard, I'm a prisoner, let me go language. And he takes his spear and he bangs it on the door. Just gives like a shut the fuck up and puts the spear back down. And as the rest of the duration goes, he's literally just standing there resolute, clearly guarding a door with clearly female prisoners behind it. If the sensor kind of looks left and right at all, you basically just see this dark kind of empty space where it walks along, and maybe just on the edge you see another door.
So almost like they're in the dungeon. Is Bob wearing any like a tabard with a symbol on it or anything?
Yes, he is. He is wearing, what you can tell, he is wearing a black tabard, and there is a silver, like, insect on it.
Okay. Unless you think anything else happens in that 10 minutes, Beatum just watches for the entire 10 minutes. Okay. Absolutely just like engrossed eyes, like absorbing every single bit of light coming out of the mist.
Yeah, no. So he's basically just standing guard, so not a whole lot else happens.
Would either of us recognize the emblem?
Why don't you roll me a history check if you'd like to try?
You can do that if you'd like.
Okay.
There we go.
Yeah, you do recognize this. You have seen this. I wouldn't say recently, but not too long ago. You saw it while you were in the Margrave.
Oh,
Margrave.
Great. I love that place.
Yes. Well, you were there for that, weren't you? Yeah, you were there for that.
Yeah, she'd just shown up.
Dariana was there for that, yeah. So yes, you recognize that from the last time you encountered kind of a batch of ghouls. It is a similar tabard, or at least symbol, to the ones that Reyes and his fellows that were previous companions of Cutter were wearing at the time.
Okay. I mean, I'll relay that to Beatum. I don't know how important that is.
Beatum absorbs it, but until like the mist is like gone, he just is staring at the mist.
Okay. And now the mist is gone.
The mist is gone.
So as you guys are up there doing the blood play, what is everyone doing in the bar?
So in the bar, you said there's 12 patrons in there? Or
there are 12 patrons in the barkeep, all of whom don't like you.
Okay, so I'm going to drop mass suggestion.
Okay.
Which covers 12 people.
Okay.
So
who are you leaving out?
The most timid-looking person of the group.
Not hard. Okay. So the barkeep, 11 people, and one little schmuck in the corner is just not going to get it.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I say, despite our appearance, my companions and I are your friends. So relax and trust us. And then I say to the bartender, I'm like, that was kind of it right there. It's only a sentence I really get. Drinks on me for everybody. And I'm going to throw a gold.
Okay. All right. Could you cast VTT, or could you cast that, or show in VTT?
They get a save. Yeah, hold on. They get a save. It's I believe wisdom. Oops.
That's so awesome.
So wisdom save 8 DC 18.
Can we say that Cutter happens to be sitting next to the 12th guy?
Like he's like, this guy's not on it, but all of you guys. Mass suggestion. Hey, buddy. I'm not gonna roll 12 times. They are all normal level 0 people with no more wisdom than normal, unlike, demigods that you guys are at level 11. They all fail. They are all mass suggested. And as soon as... So as you...
You still want me to throw that up?
Oh, yeah, I just want to read it.
Okay, hold on.
You suggest a course of action.
They're all human, right?
They're all human.
From what we can tell.
All your choice you can choose in range. Isn't that crazy that I said 12 and it was exactly 12?
Well, that's why I said perfect as soon as you said that. I'm like,
yeah,
that's great.
I suggested maybe worded in
you
manner
didn't do that on
to
purpose,
course of
right?
action, asking the creature so. Pursue the course of action described to the best of its ability. The suggested course of action continue for the entire. What's the duration? 24 hours. Fuck, you got a whole room full of buddies now.
Yep.
Damn. All right. Okay, so yeah. So as I assume you kind of like stand up a little bit and like give this speech, kind of just like, hey.
Yeah, I stand up with my chair.
Yeah. We may look different, but inside we're all the same. And flick a coin to the barkeep. And as soon as you do that, they all give you that kind of like stink face. And it's just like, what the is this guy doing? And as you're speaking, the words seem to just flow outward and all just like work their way through all of these people, finishing up with the barkeep. And as they're all looking at you, and this just is like, this fucking guy, look, the faces just kind of like, like just turn into like, yeah, that's my buddy, kind of just like, all right, you're right, you can't judge a book by its cover. Just because you're a blood-sucking evil piece of shit, we're now buddies. And that's how that is the feeling that wipes over this bar. And as they do that, that kind of like,
except for that one guy.
So as this is happening, he's just like, what? And he looks to his buddies, and all of his buddies that had this kind of like weight hanging on them, and you guys walked in, this kind of hunched, it all kind of just like dissipates off of them. And then they're like sitting up, they kind of turn their chairs a little bit. They go back to like eating, some of them just like, you're just like, you know what, la. And the entire atmosphere of the room changes now. And now you have 12 out of 12 out of 13 people in this tavern right now that are at least willing to listen to what you have to say and are not hostile towards you.
Nice.
So yeah, go to the bar, and I'm gonna start passing out the beers myself.
Yeah.
Them out.
Yeah, as you start to pass them out, some of them actually like get up and they're like helping you. They're like taking them to their buddies and they're like, yeah, this guy's not that bad. What was your name again, buddy?
Iskall. My name's Iskall. What's your name?
Iskall. I'm Tim.
Hi, Tim. Pleasure to meet you.
Yes.
So I'm gonna add Sylvester. Add Sylvester walking around.
Yeah. Cutter.
Me? Okay. Yeah. As I'm gonna approach him.
Is this another one of your things that we kill everybody again?
No. No.
Oh.
I mean, we could, I suppose, but that wasn't my intention.
Just checking.
Okay.
Then I return to my seat.
Disappointed.
Yeah.
It's like, but I'm hungry.
Picking a piece of that woman's leg from between my teeth.
Yeah, I do point out to you the one that is not affected.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and again, as this is happening, this guy, but like, it's kind of one of those things where, have you ever seen those videos where they test one person by messing with them with other people? Like people just start standing up and down, and eventually the guy just like kind of starts standing up and down too, not really knowing what's happening. That's kind of what's happening now. He's just kind of like he's like, dude, what are you doing? Like, what is going on? And he's just like, this guy is chill. He just gave us beer. Like, relax. And this guy's just like, what the fuck is happening? And it's just like, all right. And he like Sylvester, like Iskall hands him a beer, and he's just like, oh, okay, all right, I guess, okay. Like, and now he's just like, again, just like following along with all this stuff going on around him. So you have a bar full of buddies now, all getting drunk with you. What are you gonna do with it?
Well, what's the name of the? It's not the place where they're actually keeping the Duke. What's the name of that again?
The
I forgot.
Dread Fortress.
So, because I'm with the bartender right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just kind of ask him what he knows about it. Like, are you familiar with the Dread Fortress? And what's the deal with that?
Yeah. It used to be, a fort protecting Olzelburg. This town grew up around it. The Krakovan military lived there. Well, stayed there, guarded from there, whatever you want to say. But after we were conquered by people not like you, but like you.
It's okay, I understand.
Yeah, they turned it into this fortress for the ghost knights, but it's been weird lately. For years it was a mix of ghost knights, like vampires, some human conscripts, ghouls. But over the past couple of years, and especially recently, it's just nothing but ghouls now.
Interesting. And by the way, I don't like them either.
They're fucking disgusting.
Aren't
No
they?
offense.
No, none taken. As a matter of fact, we might be trying to do something about that, me and my friend.
So here's the other thing. Just between you and me, because you seem like a nice guy.
Likewise.
When they took over the fortress before, the guy who ran it, he escaped, and there's rumors that there's a secret tunnel he got out of.
Interesting. Just rumors? No idea where that tunnel might be or lead to?
A lot of people around here, they knew of the man who lived there before, and they liked him. And talk of this tunnel, it doesn't really get around. So if I'll tell you this, it's got to be between you and me.
I do that like tea, my mouth thing. Throw it away.
So Lord Dobrogost is who controlled this castle before him, before these creatures. Apparently, he escaped out the woods on the... Give me a second. No compass on the map. The western side.
Ryan, are you doing that thing where you fiddle around on the table again?
Yep. That's my bad.
Yeah, it's coming.
I was actually fiddling with my microphone, so I apologize to everybody for that. Sorry. Yes. He escaped on the western side out into the forest. So, if there would be a tunnel, that's where I would look.
Thank you so much. And let's get another round for everybody.
Yeah, all right. And he pours up, the baker's dozen of drinks. He actually starts drinking in on this one too. At some point in the night, as the drinks don't really stop flowing. Once you kind of started that, and now he's got a couple of gold in his hand. The barkeep just kind of keeps it going. And again, when you guys first walked into this tavern, it was pretty low key. People just getting eating and drinking. And at this point, the party that it wasn't, it now is. Nice. From somewhere, someone pulled some type of flute, some farmers, awesome. Like tool of instrument. You start hearing, a lot more It's like this kind of stuff going on.
Nice.
And the whole place is now starting to get a little bit raucous. At some point, the Paranalians, when you look towards the door, are just standing in the door, just like kind of mouths open. What the fuck is happening here?
Come join us.
And when the Paranalians,
Shahara, come in.
when they look across and they hear Sylvester say that, they see Victor kind of in the corner by the music, and he's doing this Kareev dance called the Haypak, which kind of looks like the Russian dance with the arms crossed and his legs are kind of shooting out. It's kind of like an athletic dance that fighters do, but like he's kind of like getting the crew going because he met some guys that I guess are into horses and has been talking about horses and stuff like that. And he's just doing his little dance.
So it's Tijuana, not Fresco. I gotcha. Fresno. I hear what you're saying. So they walk in. They look around for Beatum, don't find them. They just kind of take up a table in the corner and just kind of watch what's happening. And you do notice when they come back in, they are now kitted out. They do have at least basic armor, weaponry, some like pouches. They're geared up at this point. I mean, 100 gold of uncut gems will do okay. They're not in like breastplates or anything, but they at least have like some basic wares on them.
Did they leave before we got the room?
They had left. Yeah.
Okay. So I'll go over to them and let them know. By the way, we got you a room, but did you I see you got your gear. Did you happen to get any information?
I retconning it, I think that they were there when you got the room. I think that Victor had given them a key, not like it matters. No. We got gear, but everyone was a little bit standoffish to foreigners. I guess everyone else was, at least.
Yeah, well, I've got some good information from my friends here, but...
What did you find out?
Well, we'll share later.
And that, she's like, come on, Shihara. And they go up and they find their room.
You're not going to share. Beatum is going to go through his cards and adjust some spells around and basically get ready to bunk in for the night.
Okay. Dariana, what are you doing at this point?
I think me and Brian are going to head in and get ready for bed.
Okay. There's 3 rooms. How are you guys splitting this? Paranalians, Dariana, Brian, and potentially we'll see maybe some other person, and then all the guys together?
Oh, Beatum's like already ready to fall asleep in the same room as Dariana.
That's fine.
I think they got the blood thing going.
Okay. All right, so Beatum and Dariana have a room, Paranalians have another room, and everyone's left will take the third one if they need to. Okay. So Cutter, what are you doing?
I want to look around the room, the common room, and see if there's anybody that may know about some things I might need in the thieves kind of ways. Or are they all pretty regular commoners?
You get the sense that, looking around, I'm not going to make you roll for it, that there's no one of that kind currently. Victor had previously kind of looked for, I think, like a shady dude check earlier, and there really wasn't one that he had 0. Seen. Yeah.
Okay. I will retire then.
Okay. All right.
I'm actually going to switch back to Atticus's face when I get to the room and fruit roll up the one I'm wearing.
Gotcha. Yeah, so, I guess you kind of have like a backup in between.
Yeah, that's kind of the purpose now. Yeah. For when one gets too rotten.
Is it like a spare tire where you're like, okay, I just have it, so basically. I have, you don't want to leave. You don't want to call like Face AAA when it's like, hey, I'm in the highway exit
or
here, face.
Or if I need it to fit in a little bit better, because it was a pretty good job. So.
Or does he ever just want to feel pretty? Just like a little bit.
Yeah.
Victor, what are you doing?
So after Victor is kind of done dancing and stuff like that, and the booze is kind of worn off, is the one guy that's not charmed? Does he seem like he's part of a group of friends? Or is he
there was
alone?
There was like one or two guys that were sitting at the table with him that kind of basically like convinced him to just like chill out. This guy's cool.
Okay, and he did chill out.
I mean, like I was saying earlier, he just kind of started like just kind of going with the flow of the rest of the people around him, and eventually got drunk. So he seems chill now.
Does he? So there was a scene in a couple of mini sessions ago where there was a guy that kind of wandered off by himself to the head. Does that guy ever head off by himself? The uncharmed guy to like use the loo?
I mean, I'm sure at some point everyone that's drinking will go to the bathroom.
Okay. So because Chernobog, like we know tomorrow is going to be a pretty big day, and so Victor, even though he's like starting to sober up from dancing, like he really hates weakness, and like this guy was picked out, I think, because he was the weakest one.
I mean, you don't know that.
Oh, we don't know that. Okay. All right. All right. So I guess he just finishes dancing, figures out like if there's a way to get some horses for after they're done.
Gotcha.
So maybe like if there's a stable, maybe he would know.
Yeah, I mean, if you were to ask the barkeep, he would tell you. Yeah, I mean, the town has.
Okay.
It's got horses. It's got a stable. Gotcha.
All right. And then,
Sylvester, what are you doing?
So, I kind of would have done the same thing with a couple of their people around. Just kind of friendly. Hey, you guys know about that place? See if I can just gather any more information, or if he kind of spilled me everything I needed to know.
You don't get a whole lot of other information. A lot of people don't really know very much. Okay. The bartender seemed to have a little bit more information, and even the most that he had was just like the rumor of a direction that has kind of like filtered through town of how the previous Lord Dobrost had escaped, like a potential secret tunnel. But any other information, it's mostly just anything that anyone tells you, you can pretty much parse as bullshit, or they just don't have anything to say but like bad shit about the fortress and stuff like that.
Right. Well, then I'll probably say good night to all my friends, and head up to the room, get a good night's sleep.
Right. And so as all of you are, well, come on, I hate when the light does that. Go away, too bright. As all of that is happening, Cordelia, last you were seen, you were sobbing in the woods after this encounter that you had, that Sketcheresk happened to throw in. What do you do? What are you doing?
Cordelia is processing a lot of things. I know I kind of gave the players kind of the lowdown on like what her backstory is and why this matters so much to her. And I don't want to tell the whole story again, but basically Cordelia was expecting a series of duels, and she had the first one. She won the first one pretty easily. She had this second one and lost. And part of her, that basically, even though she survived when she should not have, she was brought back. She basically is now like disqualified from what these duels, the winner of these series of duels, would have received. So her entire reason for existing is now gone. And not only did she lose this duel, but she woke up to the information that her rival did a number of things. One, this rival was also supposed to be participating in these duels, and instead of taking these people out in a fair fight. She killed, I'm going to use the term Swan apprentice, not that that means anything to a lot of people. She killed a Swan apprentice she didn't win in a fair fight. So her kill is basically invalidated. And Cordelia always, as much as she hated Sabine, saw her as an honorable adversary. And as much as she hated her, respected her for her dedication and her craft, because being a swordsman is everything to Cordelia. And Sabine was the only one who was ever better than her at dueling until recently. But Cordelia had always deep down respected, reluctantly, this woman. And she's now being told that she didn't, for some reason, she has chosen to be petty and cruel to Cordelia, leaving her alive, saying that she would leave me for last, over her sworn duty and the whole point of these duels in general. She has chosen a very personal reason and a very personal course of action that is not what Cordelia had come to know about her. That is not the kind of person Sabine was. So it is shocking to Cordelia that Sabine is not worthy of her respect anymore. And the only thing that Cordelia really had in that relationship with Sabine, it's, she was the enemy that made you want to get stronger. She was the one that pushed you to get better. Because if there's somebody better than you, you get stronger so you can win. And, there's a part in my backstory where Cordelia and Sabine fought, and Sabine just trounced Cordelia, destroyed her, and let her live, basically. You're not even worth my time. And this was before the duel started, so it wasn't like this official thing yet. This is long ago. So Cordelia now has nothing but this anger towards Sabine and this rage of all the things Sabine has taken from her. And now she can't even respect her anymore. Like, she's a talented swordsman, but she broke the rules. She did not honor the rules of engagement. And the whole reason Cordelia's on these series of missions is for the Blood Sisters as part of an arrangement. And now she can't be one of the 7 swans anymore. I know chat doesn't know what that means because she lost her duel. So she can't win that. She can't be a swan. She no longer has a worthy rival. But Sabine, all she cares about right now is Sabine and finding her. And if leaving the party even if it is a fruitless chase, even if it is likely one that will get her killed, I do think Cordelia has really only one goal that she could care about right now, and that is finding Sabine. So mechanically, I don't know if Cordy sits out for a while, but I'm trying to make a true character decision, and I've been kind of processing this evening. And I mean, I don't know, maybe once I've slept on it, I will feel differently. But I like to think that the drawing from that Sketch Risk did was called Cordelia's End. And I think that based on what I know about Cordelia, I'm gonna like start crying. I know not a lot of her backstory came up in the game, just because that's how I played the character, very aloof. But this is something that is very important to her. Like, being a swordsman is everything, like everything about her. And I think that if she has any hope at redemption at all for herself, it's to kill Sabine. That is literally the only thing that could possibly give her any amount of worth. Maybe. So we can talk more as a party about it during the week, maybe. But all the things I just said sounded very right to me, and I hope that you guys understand all that. Like, we talked a little bit during the break. I'm not trying to just be like a butt and be like, well, Courtney leaves. But I very truly want to be respectful to the character that I've made and have grown very attached to. And I do think that is what she would do.
On that note, yeah, why don't we end for this evening? And we will have some out of game conversations. But I think that is a good stopping part. So we are in the Hungry Wolf in Orzelburg, getting ready to do something with the Dread Fortress. I just turned on a Just DMs a Game community challenge. We're gonna bump up the requirement for this one to 150K. So hopefully that one will last a little bit longer, because I know I still have to do my first one. So yeah, so that was the session. I definitely think there's gonna be some conversations after that one. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up my outro checklist, because I always forget some stuff. Can the mods in chat please start dropping some shout outs for me? Could you do an Andy? Could we do a Sketch Risk? Obviously, I can't believe we got that duel.
Wow.
Duel right during the game. That's amazing. Please go check that out. Check out his Twitter. You'll see the most recent post. If he's cool with it, we're definitely going to drop that into our Discord. Sam had a night. She also streams on her own channel over at Layla LeFay. So if we could drop a Sam in chat, please. Jason also streams on his channel. He does a lot of writing and occasionally does some games. Sursa is a wonderful friend of the community. He's been here. I think he left earlier, but you can drop a Sursa in chat and go check out his new book, The Coiled Crown. Jay Jordan has been clipping and quoting and is a wonderful mod for the channel. I don't know if someone did Andy. He was here earlier. He's fantastic. He also streams on his own channel more and more, and runs some games over on the Gilded Troll, which I'll drop a Gilded Troll. Please go check them out. They are another D&D stream, good friends of our community, and have a wonderful community of their own that has kind of meshed. Ours is kind of meshed with theirs a little bit. Check us out on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Come join our Discord if you would like to discuss the game a little bit more and all those kind of things. We have a bunch of new emotes that we're going to drop tonight on a raid. So let's look at who we feel like raiding. I think that a D&D channel would be good to do that for. Switch to
this Sunday on the Adventure Archive. I will also be doing another paint along. I'll be painting a Passel of Dwarves. Come check it out, because I'll give them away to some lucky viewer at the end.
I need to add that to my outro checklist. It is not just the Dark Kingdoms anymore. Every Sunday, as Andy just said, from 2 to 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, he does a wonderful mini painting with Evil Andy. Last week, Thorkin won a beautiful blue dragon that I think Andy is wrapping up.
Yeah, I just have to finish the base of it, and it will be ready to go.
And you can check out those pictures in our Discord. And yes, I think pretty much every week you're going to be painting and giving away minis. So make sure to come check us out on Sundays for that. And Andy is an amazing mini painter. Not just because they always look good, but because he gets them done fast. He does probably 20 minis in the time I finish my first base coat. So if you want to learn how to paint table-ready minis very quickly and very well, he is definitely the person you want to listen to for that. So if everyone could drop some Thrub loves in the chat, maybe some hummingbird hearts, some Sam emotes. We are going to raid Blackwater D&D. We have raided them before. They are some very chill people. And I've watched them, and they have a wonderful, fun, interesting game. So we are going to hop over into Blackwater D&D. Get our new raid emotes ready. Ooh. Drop some Sam emotes in there too, maybe. I am going to head to our sweet credits page that I know L2 loves very much. So please stay with us in chat. As I bring that up, we're going to go to our bye-bye page. And then we will kick us all over into that raid. So thank you guys all for being here. You guys are all wonderful. We appreciate you. And we will see you next week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.